Greetings. Today let us talk about a subject of immense importance, Dalits in contemporary India. This is not just a talk. It is a journey through history, sociology and hope, aiming to shed the light on the lives, struggles and triumphs of a significant yet often marginalized sections of our society. Our discussion will span the historical roots of Dalit exclusion, their ongoing challenges, their inspiring resilience and the path forward. By the end of this talk, we aim to gain a deeper understanding and foster a collective commitment toward building an inclusive society. Let us start by understanding who the Dalits are. Historically, they were known by names like untouchables, depressed classes, or scheduled caste. The term Dalit itself means oppressed or broken, a fitting description for those who were relegated to the lowest rungs of the caste system. They represent around 15% of India's population, a number larger than the population of many nations. Despite their significant presence, they have historically been denied basic rights, opportunities and dignity. Their oppression stems from the caste system, a hierarchical structure deeply ingrained in Indian society. The system dictated every aspect of life, what work one could do, where one could live, and even how one was perceived by others. Dalits were assigned the most menial and polluting tasks such as cleaning and handling waste. This label of untouchability was not just a social stigma, it was a systematic denial of humanity often enforced through violence and exclusion. The exclusion of Dalits operated on multiple levels. First, they were physically segregated. In villages across India, Dalits lived in separate localities away from upper caste neighborhoods. They were forbidden from entering temples, drawing water from common wells, or even walking on the same path as upper caste individuals. Second, they were denied access to education and knowledge. Religious texts were kept out of their reach, and learning was a privilege reserved for the upper caste. Without education, they were trapped in a cycle of poverty and ignorance, unable to challenge their status. Third, even within the Dalit community, there were divisions. Caste endogamy, marrying within one's caste, it was strictly practiced. It created hierarchies among the oppressed. This internal stratification weakened collective efforts to fight for equality and justice. But history is not just a record of oppression. It is also a testament to resistance. The story of Dalit resistance begins with the Bhakti movement in medieval India. Saints like Ravidas, Kabir, and Chokamela, they questioned the caste system's legitimacy and preached equality. They emphasized devotion to God over ritual purity, challenging the upper caste monopoly on religion. However, the movement largely stayed within the religious framework and failed to dismantle the caste system's structural foundations. The real turning point came with social reformers like RajaRao Pagidipalli in the 19th century. Phule's vision of equality was revolutionary. He spoke of Baliraja, a mythical king symbolizing justice for the oppressed. His work laid the groundwork for later leaders like Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, whose impact on the Dalit movement is unparalleled. Babasaheb Ambedkar's life and work, it symbolizes the aspirations of millions of Dalits. Born into a Dalit family, he faced discrimination from an early age. Yet, he rose above these challenges to become a towering intellectual, a constitutional expert, and the principal architect of the Indian Constitution. His mantra of educate, hesitate, organize, it became a rallying cry for Dalit. Baba Saheb believed that true liberation required structural change. He led movements to secure Dalits' access to public water tanks and temples, challenging centuries of exclusion. His greatest contribution was his role in drafting the constitution, which outlawed untouchability and enshrined the principles of equality and justice. He also introduced affirmative action policies including reservations in education, employment, and politics to uplift the marginalized communities. While the Constitution promised equality, the journey towards its realization has been fraught with challenges. Reservation policies aim to create opportunities for Dalits, but their implementation has often been inadequate. Many Dalit students face systematic discrimination in schools and colleges, leading to high dropout rates. In the job market, reserved positions often go unfilled due to lack of qualified candidates, a consequence of their limited access to quality education. Moreover, the benefits of affirmative action have not been evenly distributed. A selection of Dalits, often referred to as the creamy layer, has made a significant progress, while many remain trapped in poverty. This disparity has sometimes fueled resentment among upper castes, leading to violent backlashes such as the anti-reservation agitation of the 1980s and 1990s. Yet, despite these challenges, Dalits have made remarkable strides. They have entered fields once close to them, from academia to politics, from business to arts. Leaders like Kanshi Ram and Mayawati, they have redefined Dalit politics. Kanshi Ram's Bahujana Samaj Party, it shifted the focus from seeking inclusion to asserting political power. By mobilizing Dalits and the other marginalized groups, the BSP demonstrated the potential of identity-based politics to challenge upper caste dominance. Today, Dalit assertion takes many forms. In literature, Dalit writers like Sujata Gigla and Suraj Engde, they have brought the lived experience of oppression to the forefront. Their works challenge the romanticism of upper caste narratives, highlighting the harsh realities of caste-based discrimination. In politics, Dalit leaders continue to fight for representation and rights. The rise of Dalit entrepreneurs, artists, and activists, it signals a broader cultural shift. However, challenges persist. Atrocities against Dalits, including violence, social boycotts, and discrimination, they are all still reported with alarming frequency. Economic inequality within the Dalit community also highlights the need for targeted policies to uplift the most marginalized. As a society, what can we do to address these challenges? The first step is education. Schools must teach about the caste system's history and its impact on society. This can help foster empathy and dismantle stereotypes. Affirmative action policies must be strengthened and implemented effectively to ensure that opportunities reach those who need them most. Societal attitudes must also evolve. Discrimination doesn't just happen in public spaces. It thrives in private interactions, in the biases we hold and the jokes we make. True change requires us to confront these biases and work toward genuine inclusivity. We must also recognize the intersectionality of oppression. Dalit women face both caste and gender discrimination. Addressing their specific needs is crucial for achieving holistic progress. The story of Dalits in India is one of resilience and hope. It is the story of millions who refuse to accept injustice and fought for their rightful place in society. Their journey reminds us that real progress comes when we challenge deeply entrenched systems and dare to dream of a better world. Dr. Ambedkar once said, cultivation of mind should be the ultimate aim of human existence. Let us cultivate our minds and hearts to recognize the shared humanity that binds us all. Let us commit to being allies, advocates, and architects of a society that upholds the ideals of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Thank you. Thank you.